What's going on, guys? I am Matthias and welcome to
Photoshop fails.
Because it is Thursday and that's what we do on Thursday, so don't forget to subscribe for more of these puppies and like this video right now if you do want to see more of these videos in the future, because that lets me know to make more. So what I do in this series is I take a look at 20 Photoshop fails or sometimes wins, and I try to tell you, I try to figure out how these have come about. Because some of them are great, some of them are horrible. I want to get into the head of the creator, and that's what we're gonna do here today. So without further ado for you, here's some Photoshop poo. Alright, so this first one doesn't look half bad. I mean, you're like, what? What is in it that's so wrong? But then you zoom out just a tad and you're like, where'd her legs go? Where'd her legs go? Clearly she's holding onto his foot for support. Wait, what is she holding onto? Is that his? Oh, that's her foot. Oh, I don't think this is a Photoshop fail. Look, her leg is like going up. He's got his arm on her leg. I don't understand this one, but I think she's totally spread eagle here because, you know, maybe this woman doesn't know how to sit on a chair properly, okay? And the Photoshop-ist person was just like, I don't know where her leg is, so we're just gonna make it look like she's sitting sideways, but now her leg just looks like a towel draped over the side of the seat. This, what we have here, is called a miniature person, also known as children. But some people don't really understand that children aren't miniature in and of themselves. And that's why we have this issue. Some person who's never seen a child before thought that that's the size of a kid compared to their perfume bottle. You know, I don't blame them if they've never seen a kid before, but that's a ginormous perfume bottle. That perfume bottle, you get at Costco. It'll last you the rest of your life. This Photoshop fail kind of concerns me. It really does. You look down here and you see Obama is not holding his wife's hand. Whose hand is he holding? Could he be having an affair? Could he be conferring with Bill Clinton on how to do it best and get away with it? For those of you who don't know who Bill Clinton is, This is a classic. This is definitely a classic. The issue here is that he didn't skin tone match. I would have almost believed it if his belly button wasn't all the way up into his chest. He didn't do a half bad job here because what he did right was degrade the original muscles to look like he took it with his smartphone. But what he didn't do right was scale it. He's got too big of man nips. And I'm sorry, whoever you're sending this to, man, they're not gonna believe you. They're not gonna believe you. This poor lady, once upon a time, she got her elbow stuck in a tractor and it squished it out. It kind of just rolled it out and now that's her elbow and she's just got to deal with it. She's walking down the street always elbowing people, stabbing people in the chest. She's wanted for murder. Wow. So this dude set up a tripod. He took a shot of himself with a webcam, put it in Photoshop, and he was like, ooh, the babe that I'm gonna send this to, she's not gonna be impressed with my gains. How about I artificially push those gains? Liquify tool, attack! See, he didn't know how to correctly use the liquify tool. He liquefied the blinds behind him. Not only that, but he liquefied something back behind his shoulders too. Maybe he was trying to make his shoulders more intense or his face a little bit thicker or his neck a little bit thicker, but he's proud and naked, except for the gloves, of course. I mean, you gotta be decent. This one's a win. I gotta say, this one's a win because that's one of the best Photoshops I've seen thus far. Oh, Bieber, this is what you're gonna look like soon. Damn it, he's still more attractive than me. This is the classic case of trying to impress the ladies. This is typically what we do. Most people Photoshop because they're trying to impress the person that they like most. It looks like he took this picture inside and then just put it on outside. Bro, you're missing shadows, man. You're completely missing shadows. Not only to mention that down here you see his thumb in the actual photo. Look at the kid like behind him, just like, why are you taking a picture of my dad's car? I ran across this one and it was a little concerning. I don't know the need for media to make every woman unhealthily skinny looking. Some women are skinny, some women aren't, and that's okay. But this is not okay. Look at her, look at the size of her arm compared to her waist. Typically a woman with a super thin waist will have super thin wrists. That's just typical nature.
Am I crazy in thinking that?
Here we have another ad. The model saw her fingers in the ad, and to the Photoshop artist, she was like, listen, I hate my fat fingers. Can we do something about my fat fingers? And the Photoshop artist was like, I can try to make them skinnier. And she was like, do it, please. I hate my fat fingers. And voila, there you go. What does that even look like? Does that look like a claw, or that looks evil? It looks evil. You ever see those photos of men with their arms around ladies, but like their hand and arm aren't really resting around the lady? It's just kind of like there, hovering. What's the deal with that? Is it because maybe they saw a dude with a chick that was really, really hot, and they're like, oh, maybe that's the thing to do with really hot chicks. Don't actually touch them. Just pretend like you're really good friends with them. That's what's happening here. He's sitting down, she's standing up, but what is he sitting down on? He photoshopped him sitting down, a picture of himself sitting down next to a woman standing up, and he was just like, don't worry about it, I'll just raise it. Whoa, what happened to her arm over here? It looks like you crushed her poor hand. Bro, chill out, man. Look at how happy this guy is. Two babes just running and jumping and hugging him. All is well. All is well in the world for him, except it's not. There's a lone leg. Where did that leg come from? Is there a babe behind him maybe? We've got all the right amount of feet except one. There's just this one extra leg. How does that even work? Because it looks like maybe someone was photoshopped out of this photo. To be honest with you, I'm impressed. Carrying 3 girls on your back? Maybe you deserve all the love and attention that you're getting. Maybe you deserve it because of how strong you are. Speaking of strong men, again, another man trying to impress someone by picking up the biggest rock he could possibly find. Except, whoops, forgot about the shadow there, bro. Forgot about the shadow. Almost, man. Almost. Avril Rock's sexiest bad girl exposed. Bad girl as in really bad girl, because I think the Photoshop artist thought that her hair was her arm, or her arm was her hair. And look how skinny they made her arm there. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. Unless Avril has her right arm just super skinny. I don't know her that well, so I'm not gonna judge. Maybe her right arm's really, really skinny. Maybe she never uses it. All right, Mr. Man, you have got the coloring down. You got the coloring just down, okay? The skin tone against the skin tone of the body and the face, they all line up, they all match up. The shadows don't, man. It's just like half the body is not in shadow and half the body is, but the face, that's all in light. So close. Still looks better than me though. Here we have a win. Well, I mean, depending on how you look at it. I mean, if you like cigarettes, this is a win because you'd hope that these size cigarettes exist in life. I would say it's a win just because it looks not bad. Although, how is a giant cigarette floating? Wait, what's fake here? The guy sitting on the cigarette is clearly fake because cigarettes aren't that big. The background is, there's 3 different assets to this photo. The background, the cigarette, and the person, none of them go together. He did pretty good with shadows though. Except is he wearing socks with sandals? That's a big fashion faux pas. There's the fail. We found it, guys. There's something evil about this photo. Fanta, I'm very worried. Perspective is a very difficult thing for some people. See, if I hold out my hand like this, on screen my hand is really, really short, right? That's not how it looks. This one looks like she's just got an arm like this and holding up a Fanta. Is she the strawberry girl? Uh-oh, we got some drama here against a player and a referee. Oh, you see how he's pulling his shirt and he's like, don't you ever try this again. But then it gets really serious as he grabs him with his third hand and he's like,
Pay attention to what I said.
you can see the terror in this guy's eyes. He's like,
How many hands are you rubbing me with?
you wanna know how to look instantly cool? Put on a pair of new kicks. And if you can't put them on, just Photoshop some new kicks in. both the same foot. These are both left foot. It doesn't matter to him, man. He's happy because he's wearing new kicks. Some people have 2 left feet, you know? I've seen them on the dance floor, just flailing. Don't get near them because they'll hurt you though. Last but not least, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 ab. He's got a 10 pack. It almost looks alien. Also, look at that bicep with the snakes on it. So this guy, one time someone came up to him and they were like, hey, listen guy, let me give you a little tip. Women like more muscles, okay? But see, this guy right here, he heard it wrong. He thought he said more muscles than just more muscle. Okay, so he just added more muscles rather than just more muscle mass. And that's an issue. I don't think women like more muscles, they just like more muscle. Did I explain that right? Guys, if you want to check out the last horrible Photoshop fails, click on that info card right there. If you like these, subscribe, because I do these videos every single Thursday. So subscribe. Bada bing, bada boom. There's something in the air right there. High five.